I don't even know.
All right, welcome to the Zenspath Entertainment Network Podcast, episode 113. I'm your host, Jeremy Powers, and hopefully I'm centered in the camera because we're all like, oh, wait, why did we start? We really need to work on that. But joining me in this cacophony of madness, Rachel.
Hi, I am here.
Yes, with light and power issues.
Jesus.
Yeah. Chris.
I never left.
He does just wait here the whole time. It eats up my server time. And Steven.
Where'd the intro go?
Oh, crap. Oh, this is one for the books. I'm keeping it. Oh.
That's better. Whew.
Yeah, well.
Wow.
Jesus.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it has been a week, okay? So.
Has it?
You should go first.
I'm going to go first because it has been a week. Some of it has been very bad, and I will not talk about it on here whatsoever, but things happened. Yeah. But on the good side, after over 2 years now, I finally got my damn Facebook account back and went on a lovely spree of revenge. So I found out that once I finally got it done, which, mind you, 2 years of having to get this, not being able to talk to anybody, paying for 2 months to be verified with Facebook to finally get someone to talk to me after 3 different people tried to help me. One actually did it, and I got the account back last night. Found out that whoever took it all this time ago, thankfully did not delete any of my stuff. I got everything back I needed, access to my mom's memorial account, my last conversations with my brother, my pictures, all of it's back. But they used my account to connect to 2 businesses, a tattoo place and some other store selling stuff. But they also left admin access on me. So I decided to go in there and use said access to then one by one remove access to all of their people so they no longer have access to the page. And then I changed one of them to go to a website that says sell stuff and theft. And then I undid their Facebook business license and then deleted both of them off the face of the earth. So, yeah.
God.
Don't mess with an engineer.
As I put it, payback's a bitch. I was...
Ouch.
And so they hacked into it just to set that kind of stuff up?
I guess. I took screenshots because, of course, I'm going to send in evidence. But it looks like they kept doing this to people and they would swap out access. So I went ahead and just removed access from everybody and then just deleted the stores and things themselves so they can no longer move access to anyone. I was the only one left and then deleted myself. So, yeah. And that thing's on security lockdown now. We're talking like authentication, all kinds of things. Like it ain't happening.
Well, good.
So, yeah. No, it's good to have revenge.
Wow.
That'll be a fun clippable moment. On happier notes, hey, I've been watching Reacher season 2. Anybody else want to watch that show?
I keep seeing clips on my TikTok.
I like it. Season 1, I think, was way better. Season 2 is enjoyable, but it's not really catching me the same way the first one did. But it's still worth a watch. I have gotten to that point where I guess I watched the first Reacher when it was all... I could just binge it, so I would go through it. This one is still releasing weekly, and I'm like, oh, crap, I'm done? I gotta wait.
That guy really needs to be the next Batman.
I could see it. He does a really good job
He needs to
with
be
it.
the Batman who kills, like that big Dark Knight Batman.
So even that Batman didn't kill, though. He didn't even kill the Joker. He only broke his neck and left him alive. Joker
That's
faked
still
it.
pretty bad.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other discussion that'd be fun to have. I would nerd out on that too. Beyond that, I'm still playing Control. I'm working on the Foundation DLC, which, holy crap, why do they have to spike the difficulty? It's like, hey, you going in here? Here's everything coming at you at once. Good luck.
Like that, they probably figure you've already beaten the game and have everything you need. So they probably just went, here you go. Now it's challenging again.
So I'm most of the way through that for the Foundation, and then after that, all that's left is the AWE DLC, which is what directly connects to Alan Wake, which I have already found references. Like they found books from Alan Wake where he's talking about trying to write himself out of the story and what's happening in the town. And I was like, oh, that was a cool Easter egg to come across. So I'm enjoying this whole universe they have going on. But yeah, that's most of what I've been doing. So let's jump into those of you that have probably had more calmer weeks than I have. Chris, let's start with you this time. What you been up to?
Not much. I actually bought the Lego Skywalker Saga. It was $10 more than I wanted to spend. $10. But aside from that, it's actually entertaining, and that appalls me.
It's so good.
It really is. I've been playing through A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and not only
And
do they
that's
stick
it.
to the plot, but they enjoy like all these fun little Lego game funness things going, and they poke fun at themselves. It's an amusing parody, and that's what
Oh yeah.
it makes it more bearable for me.
I enjoyed that one so much. I got it on Xbox and played it, and I played through timeline chronological order is the way I went through it. So I started at episode 1 and played through. It was fun. I liked all of it. Yes, all of it.
That is the smart way to play a game. Not play just a third of the game, but play the whole thing.
We're not having this discussion right now, okay?
Each trilogy you play it how you want to, but I enjoyed it enough. I bought it again on the Switch because I was like, oh, I want this portably. And at the time, I did not have a good portable PC. I do now, but it plays great on the Switch too. So, but no, I'm glad you like it because that was a really fun one.
Are you
I like the
going to
free play
summon the
options,
demon, Chris, called Disnarva Lucas?
Oh yes, curse you, Disnarva Lucas, for making something I enjoy.
They got you right in the strings there.
Yes, but yes, that's what I've been doing.
Right in the midichlorians.
Right in the midichlorians.
Right in the midichlorians.
Oh God. Your jokes, they're coarse and interfere with everything. All right, so that joke went nowhere. Rachel, what about you? I can't think tonight. It's such a weird night.
Oh my God.
Just relax.
I'm silly.
Lord. Okay, so I mean I've had a good week. Nothing
Good.
like that. Like it's all work related stuff, so it's not like stuff I can talk about, which is sad. But I got my PS2 finally hooked up on my big screen, so
Awesome.
that's cool. I just plugged in a game like before I got on the show just to see how it looked, and I was like, oh, okay, well, what game do I want to play? I don't have anything quick. It's just all RPGs. So I was like, okay, so I guess we're just gonna put in reading out of stories. And then I just sat on the main menu for a while and just listened to the pretty music. So it looks great. There's no
Awesome.
lag. It's I'm pleased with it. So we'll see what games I play. And then, well, in the like a process of doing that, I'm like, well, I might as well hook up my Wii U. And then I look down, I'm like, I don't have enough outlets. So then I go to plug in a power strip to a different outlet so I can, just plug in these two things I need to plug in. Can't plug them in because then all of a sudden the outlet dies. So I was like, oh, okay, well that's fun. And I'm just like, okay, I give up on that today. We'll figure that out another day. But I've also slowly been working on like some graphic design personal projects that I have.
Ooh.
So they're booklets. One of them is only like 15 pages. So I've been doing like a page or so a day. And then I have to go get new ink for my printer, and then I will print that out. So that'll be one project off my list. The other one is a related project, but it's the longer version that has more information. And one of them, the smaller one, I had made before, and I just wanted to update it from the previous version to the one with the newer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. And then the longer one is going to be like over 100 pages long. So I'm already like 25 pages in from when I started working on it, and then I stopped because I got really busy. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to do, I'm going to work on it at least 2 days a week and do like 1 or 2 pages every time I work on it. So that gives me something to do extra that is, fulfilling and not like, just sitting on my butt doing nothing. So, because that's sometimes what I do when I get home from work. I get home and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to disassociate for a little while. And I just sit there and I go on YouTube and watch something silly. So that's all I've been doing. I haven't really been doing anything entertaining at all, except for reading.
Relaxing is fine too.
Yeah. Nothing. I mean, it's kind of the calm before the storm,
Yeah.
because like, we've got another Code Recollection coming out in like 10 days. We've got gosh, Has Been Hotel coming out on the 19th.
Holy crap.
So, yep. Then at the end of next month we have Final Fantasy, and there's a couple of other things coming out too, but like it's like kind of in like a lull, not just like here gaming wise and hobby wise, but at work too. So it's like I'm just in a chill mode, and I know it's gonna get cray here soon. But it's
enjoy it while you can.
I'm trying to enjoy it while I can. The only other thing we did was we took down all of our Christmas decorations today. So
nice.
Only thing left is the few things I have at my desk at work. And I'm just going to shove them in the bottom drawer in my file cabinet at work, which has nothing in it. So I'm like, great place to put them so I don't have to cart them from home again. So, yay.
Awesome.
I have to leave mine up until my wife's birthday.
Technically, Christmas lasts until today, because today is the Epiphany. It's the 6th. So,
well, for me, Christmas, or at least the tree, lasts until almost Valentine's Day. But it's one of those trees that I have an app that just changes the light, so I just change it to red.
So you don't have ornaments on there?
No, I do, and I'll probably take those down slowly, but the tree will stay up until she deems it like, okay, take it down.
Okay.
Now, when you say you can control the lights, is this a real tree that you have lights on that you can control, or is the tree itself got like the fiber that you can change colors?
The tree itself, it's a twinkly,
cool.
Which basically you can draw pictures on the lights or do whatever you want to the lights. People download their favorite patterns and stuff. So we used to just change it for the holiday. I think once we had it all the way into March because we just changed it to green for March. And I'm like, this is redundant. Let's take it down. Green tree.
In all of the like Christmas decor that we, I guess, inherited from my aunt when she passed away, she has this star shower that came with slides, and the slides are all for different holidays. So there's there's a Valentine's Day one, there's a St. Patrick's Day one, there's a Easter one, there's a 4th of July one. There's like 2 4th of July ones, actually. There's 3 Halloween ones, and then there's a couple of different Christmas ones. So I was like, oh. And I looked at my my family, and I was like, guys, we're just gonna keep this like where it's accessible in the garage, so that way I can just like go over on February 14th, slam it in the ground, plug it into the wall, and then just be like, it's Valentine's Day, hearts everywhere.
I will say this is the time to go to your GameStop to get all the clearance Christmas items now.
Yes, indeed.
I will tell you, there's not a lot left. I was in there when I was in there the other day paying for all my pre-orders for the year that I know of. And there was like 2 things. All I saw a Zelda tree and some Mario gift bags, and that was it. Like they were absolutely cleaned out.
I think I still need the Zelda tree.
Okay.
Probably those, and I think I have those Mario gift bags, but
yeah,
I just know they bring them back every year.
I'll be up at the store tomorrow. I'll message you and see what they got there if you want me to pick up
It's gotta be like obscenely cheap though.
Well, you could let me know, I guess.
If it's like under $10.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, Steven, since you're already talking about your shopping interests, what have you been up to?
Well, this week has been very cathartic. This is kind of what could be a future big question, but this has been 2 games. One that has always been my guilty pleasure, and another one that I knew was going to be a guilty pleasure. First one, my friend wanted to play a game, looked through a bunch of co-op games he wanted to play, and then he told me he did not finish Sniper Elite 5. He only did the first level. I was like, what?
Ooh.
That game is my guilty pleasure for the just the morbid reason of the X-ray bullet cams. I love them so much.
Is that the one where you can?
Shot?
Is that the one where you can shoot Hitler in the nads?
Yeah, you get an achievement if you can shoot through every intestine, and you get to see the testicle burst. Sorry, everybody, but I love it because then I can make some kind of joke or pun after every single one. I
mean, it wouldn't be dishonest if you ever streamed. You'd be like, "This stream is nuts," and that's actually true.
Like on one end, some people I know probably get a lot of
you're funny,
a lot of fun out of playing it as realistic as possible with the wind and all that. I turn everything down and I'm like, I'm just here for the X-rays.
Listen, it's a rootin' tootin' good old shooting game.
There you go.
So this is probably like my third time playing it, and I'm still gonna play it to the end with my friend and enjoy it, just like I did Dead Space 3. I knew what I was getting into, but I was like, the ride is so much fun.
That game was hilarious.
The other one recently came out, and both the previous game I just spoke of and this one, I am currently in PlayStation Essentials, but the PlayStation Store locked these two games out for me and said, for $40 until the end of the year, well, we can have you download these games for no extra charge. I was like, fine. So the other game,
twist my arm, why don't you?
So I upgraded to Extra, I think it is. So now I get the monthly games they put in there. But one of them was very important because eventually I'm just going to get the physical, and that's Teardown. Teardown is just like a heist type voxel based sandbox. It has a campaign as well, but just being able to walk around and kind of destroy anything you want, but within reason, because certain tools can't destroy certain things, so you have to change things around. It's just a lot of fun. It's very funny. It kind of has that power wash simulator humor in there, where everybody's just giving you random jobs. Like, you'll steal cars for one guy, and then the other guy will just be like, my cars are missing, so I need you to get revenge on this guy who probably has my cars. And then the other guy will be like, I have his cars, but I want to commit insurance fraud now. Can you destroy them? So it's all this back and forth banter between two rich guys is hilarious. But yeah, give me something where I can just, figure out how to destroy a building and not be a huge Godzilla or King Kong for once. Or give me X-ray bullet cam, and I'm a happy camper.
I'm going to look and see how many games have got like weird little features like that, like just kind of one-offs or certain type. I don't know. I'll have to look and see on that one. All right. I did have two more things for mine I needed to add. One of which is I got the last birthday gift from my wife, which was this lovely shirt that actually says Zen, and then actually has the logo strapped on the back.
Aww.
Which she did this as a test to see how it would work or how it would look. We can rescale it, but the eventual plan is, and even if you guys don't wear it, to get one for each of you as well.
Aww.
Because why not? Might be a different style of shirt. She just went with this one as a test run. I won't do a polo though. I'm not doing those again. That was weird. I don't like polos.
But we can have bowling shirts.
Ooh.
Oh crap! All right, polos are back on the table, boys. So the other thing is this lovely cramped space I'm in of my desk will be going away. I have been working on building a brand new one out of a butcher block countertop, along with custom metal legs and everything else that we've done. That has been, we did the staining. My friend Brent did the polyurethane or the sealant on it, which Amanda gave me a couple frog stickers that have been glued inside and are now sealed permanently in there. But that whole desk will be built this upcoming week because I get it back from him, I think Monday. So I won't be crammed in here. Hopefully I'll have more room in the camera and everything will be spaced out, and I'll have better lighting and other controls in here as well. So yay.
Nice.
All right, let us jump into the news. So how many games can you think of over time that you're just like, this game is impossible to beat? You see them topple, people talk about like Snake. Oh, you can't beat Snake. And then I saw someone do it which was hilarious, and a few other games. But a 13-year-old, Willis Gibson, has become the first ever known person to actually beat Tetris. And by beat, I mean run it into basically a kill screen a la Pac-Man that a lot of people knew about. He hit the kill screen after level 57. 157. Sorry.
I can get to 57.
Right. Hey, I was like, 57 doesn't seem that high, but yeah, no, I didn't see the 1. 157, I'm not doing that. And like, that is crazy. And of course, somebody had to crap on it. So a Sky News reporter covered the news on a broadcast Thursday and said, quote, "As a mother, I would just say step away from the screen, go outside, go get some fresh air. Beating Tetris is not a life goal."
She then went on to congratulate a 16-year-old dart player. So, way to flex.
Yeah, I mean, that is actually a feat. I didn't even know you could beat Tetris. Like he is the first to have done that. That will be a record that gets kept in there.
And this is one of those, everybody, at least on the gamer side of things, were universally like, holy cow, like that's amazing.
This kid is a monster.
It got to the point where even like parents were messaging their kids saying, he beat Tetris. And, it was just like, wow, it's bringing people together. And then this reporter is just like, go touch grass. I'm like, thanks.
Well, it's kind of interesting to think about because like people my parents' age, right? Both of them know about Tetris. They don't know anything about other games. They know about Tetris and they know about Pong, and that's it. And like, even my dad knew about this. He's like, "Rachel, did you hear about the guy that beat Tetris? I didn't know you could beat Tetris." And I was like, "Where did you get this news?" And he goes, "It was he watches like, YouTube and like the weird live news channels that comes on the Roku player and all that." And he goes, "No, it was just on the news or whatever." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I didn't know you could beat Tetris either." But it was just so funny. Like even people who don't really know a dang thing about video games at least know about Tetris.
So many people just played Tetris. A lot of people just bought Game Boys just to get Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
A lot like how the Wii brought video gaming into previous generations.
Mm-hmm.
Tetris is a game that everybody can enjoy.
Yeah.
I feel like this reporter this is probably just one of those throwaway end the segment comedy lines that they just blurted out because it's like the end of the, let's end Good Morning America with a fun little blurb like, "Oh, I should go outside and touch grass." And then all the gamers just went, "Oh, shame."
Yeah. Also, it's Sky News.
Yeah. So I'm sure.
What's that song lyric again? You're out of touch.
You're out of time.
That song's stuck in my head now. Awesome. I can be distracted.
You're welcome.
I'm already distracted. You're making this worse.
It's all right. I've had Carpenter's songs stuck in my head all day, so I'm good. I'm glad to get another one in there.
There you go.
Why do blocks suddenly appear?
All right. Next. So, City of Heroes, the superhero MMO that I played way back in the day that launched in 2004, lasted for 8 years, is apparently still running on a private server. This was kind of a quiet group from a dedicated team that was trying to keep it a secret from NCSoft, and because they were worried, obviously, they'd get shut down. Same thing happens like with, what was it, Blizzard, that went after people that were running the older WoW servers and stuff like that, trying to shut it down. Mostly because NCSoft owned the source code and the IP. So you can't just do it without permission. However, thankfully, on January 4th, the devs behind the unofficial fan-run project Homecoming announced that NCSoft had no plans to kill the most popular City of Heroes private server. Instead, the company did something unexpected and provided the team of developers with an official license to maintain a City of Heroes server for themselves. The server and any free content the Homecoming team provides will continue to thrive through fan donations. And while the deal might not save other private servers, it's the team's hope that the players will join them to help centralize the community. So I don't know how that's going to go about, but did anyone here actually used to play City of Heroes?
Yep. I used to play it, and guilty pleasure, if I saw somebody as a, what do you call it, copyrighted character, I would report them.
You narc.
The funny thing was, I made a character that looked like Gordon Freeman, and I went around, and then one guy's like, I'm the Incredible Bulk, reported. I'm the Wolverine, reported.
Oh my god.
I loved it. But no, I loved the game, especially because
You're a monster.
Everybody wanted to get super speed or flight first because it was so much easier to do quests after that. You could just run to the bank or fly to the bank and do the next heroic endeavor or quest, you want to call it.
Nice. So, anyone else ever play it, or anyone thinking about actually trying to get back into it now that it's here? I still have my copy, so I wonder if I could get access to this server somehow and play it.
Give it a try. See what happens.
Oh, that'd be
hilarious. You can still play Phantasy Star Online right now on any system you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I was part of an internet radio group that started with City of Heroes, and they actually made their own, music and DJ stuff. I bombarded them with Weird Al constantly. It was
love it.
That's funny.
All right. So Jack Black, who has already been deep into gaming, playing Bowser or making music videos referencing pretty much every game you can think of, he has now been rumored to play Steve in the Minecraft movie, directed by Jared Hess, who did Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, and so forth. This is going to be backed by Warner Brothers and Legendary, slated to be in theaters around April of 2025, so we got a little while. Jason Momoa, Emma Myers, who played Wednesday, or from Wednesday, and sorry, it was from Wednesday, not played it. And Danielle Brooks from The Color Purple also have roles in the movie, but we don't know for what. Given his height, Jason Momoa would be hilarious as an Enderman, and just have him in the background. You just don't look at him, and he won't attack you.
I don't quite know what a Minecraft movie would look like. So,
yeah,
and would it have ray tracing?
Isn't it? Oh yes, will it have ray tracing?
It
if
technically
it doesn't have ray
would.
tracing, Jeremy's not gonna go.
Yep.
Well, I was going to ask earlier, the testicle shots. Can you get that with ray tracing? Just
my god!
As the light goes in, as it goes through.
So while I have negative 100% interest in watching this movie,
I also have negative 100% interest.
I would laugh if they make Jack Black make a song called "Creepers," where he just goes creepers, 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 creepers.
Oh, that would be a lawsuit.
Oh Lord!
Why? He wrote the other song too.
Yeah, but I'm sure they have the tied in for the rights of the Mario movie with that one. That would be funny though. Oh man, I kind of want to see it just because I treat it almost like the newer Jumanji movies. I was like this can't be good, and I thought they were absolutely hilarious.
No, they were excellent.
Yeah,
they
were shouldn't have been. They should not have been.
Yeah,
but
rule of sequels after so many years equals, typically bad. But there are
also
when
it's following a Robin Williams classic, you're like, can they get it right?
Robin Williams was in Minecraft. Awesome.
No.
Oh Lord. All right. So, anyone else have anything on this one?
No.
Nope. All right. So, I have found a system I'm not gonna buy.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, I'm sure on this one. I can't afford it. So MSI, the graphics card maker and gaming accessory maker, who, by the way, is also making an entire line of cases, graphics cards, and motherboards based around Monster Hunter. Maybe I built my computer too soon. I didn't. It's great.
Having a giant Rathalos on your PC case.
Okay, that would be nice.
I can name at least 3 people that will be like, well, I'm building a new PC specifically with those things.
Or at least rehousing the rest of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're making a Steam Deck competitor called, and I love this. Actually, I almost wanted to have Chris say the name, just because I know you can do the voice so well, of The Claw.
Oh, God.
Claw. The Claw. Thank you! I will have to pull a good clip from that one. It looks a lot like the ROG Ally. There's going to be more specs and things coming out at CES, which we'll be able to talk about next month. After that happens, which I'm really curious how that's going to go this year, because there's a big push for AI stuff, and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of handheld computers. But this has one fatal flaw that I don't have any interest in it, and it's the same thing that ROG Ally had. There's no touchpad, and anything that's running Windows or any of the systems, if you don't have a touchpad, you're in for the most miserable interface you can possibly deal with.
It's gonna be attachment on the bottom.
Does it have a touch screen?
Probably, but even touchscreens for Windows are tricky because it looks like it's a smaller screen, which makes those points so small. With the touchpad, you can at least move the mouse around and it opens up other games. But I think this
Steam
is
Deck the only one that has a touchpad right now.
No, the Legion Go, which is conveniently shown right here, has a touchpad right there. And now you can also
Chris
see
again.
a reflection. Yeah. Look, this is our interface. That's funny. That's part of what threw me from getting the ROG Ally, that and the fact it was literally melting SD cards. But I don't know. Do you guys think we're going to see, like, how many more portable, like, competitors are we going to have pop up? Steven, what you got?
Too many. We already have.
We're already at too many.
We already have that you can buy all these weirdly named emulator machines that everybody hawks on TikTok and such.
Yeah.
So I was this close to being like, okay, that's enough. It's I don't know if anybody's ever seen that meme where he's cutting a pizza and he says that's enough slices. It's the same thing now with the Steam Deck competitors. That's enough Switch copies already. I think if one more gets announced, I'm gonna just be like, you know what? I have the OGs. I have Switch and Steam Deck. The rest can just be bargain bin to $100 at my local Walmart in a few years, because you know how PCs go.
Yeah.
If you can't switch out the parts, it's just gonna go cheaply. So I'm kind of done with them now. Like, I'll just wait for my Steam Deck to constantly be updated.
Nice. What's up, Chris?
I really, more than anything, I want everybody to line these up, do a digital foundry thing, and say, this is the best one because blah, blah, and blah, and this is the worst one because blah, blah, and blah. If all these things are going to come out, there has to be one that fits everyone's needs. For now, I'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah,
They'll get there eventually.
Exactly.
I can go through 3 of them, and that's it, because that's all I can afford to get right now. So I'll tell you about the Switch, the Steam Deck, and the Legion Go.
I'll tell you about the Switch too when it comes out.
I'm sure we'll get an announcement soon.
Oh boy, here we go again.
With ray tracing and 4K, and it'll be backwards compatible with future systems.
Well, maybe.
It'll play UMDs.
Oh, wow. Can you imagine?
I got to dig those out.
And it only takes compact flashcards.
Are we talking about a new Sony machine?
That'd be way cheaper and easier to get than a Vita.
Nintendo like, wait, those are cheap. Let's buy up all the compact flash. You can fit 12 gigs on 14 of these cartridges.
All right, so let's move on from one weird piece of hardware to one that I thought was a damn joke when you sent it. So I made the mistake, and I do regret buying this, and I will probably sell it one day because it's a terrible, terrible thing. But I bought the Series X refrigerator.
Why?
Not the console.
What?
Calm down, you fanboys.
Wait, hold on. Did you get the 8-can one or the $200 one?
There was differences? I got the mini fridge. That's the only one I ever saw.
The one that fits 8 cans of soda is noisy and leaks. The one that's $200, everybody loves.
Well, crap. I guess I bought the wrong one.
I didn't know until recently they made 2 models of the Series X fridge.
I didn't know that either. I am very upset now. Because that would have been... I wanted a mini fridge in here so bad, and I was hoping this would be my answer.
Same. I wanted it down here, and I'm like, not if it leaks.
But...
I'm thinking about that $200 one now.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take a look at that, because I'm going to buy one. I'm looking to buy a mini fridge for in here anyways. Might as well be weird and game related. But to go with that refrigerator, for some unknown reason, they decided to pair it with toast. So there's now an Xbox Series S toaster. It can defrost pancakes or waffles. It has 6 toasting levels and burns a big Xbox logo onto your bread. Oh, man. So this joins the Destiny toaster and the Sonic toaster on the list of food imprinting items. So it's only $40 at Walmart.
So, harkening back to the Sonic toaster, the biggest missed opportunity on their part is not making a specific toaster that cooks corn dogs. Thank you. Good night. Or chili dogs.
Yeah, they do make those hot dog bun warmers.
Yeah. A silly freaking a Sonic chili dog hot dog bun warmer.
Yeah, so it's just a bun warmer.
Well, the thing, like, isn't there something that actually cooks your hot dogs and toasts the buns in one device?
There is, and you can also, like, it's the where you put the buns, because you're supposed to put them in where they're closed, not open. You can also cook corn dogs in them. And so biggest missed opportunity for Sega on this.
Perfect
cooking stuff
Sonic.
Right now.
Like, but I'm just saying. I don't care about Xbox. I don't know.
Yeah, but see, the nice thing about the Xbox toaster is it also burns CDs. Well, melts them, but nonetheless.
That's the only way the Series S will actually take physical media. That's if it's bread.
Oh my god.
That's fine for the day.
There you go. Perfect.
Wow.
All right. So here's our last story for tonight before the big question. So Microsoft is making the first major change to their keyboard design in 30 years. It was literally like 1994 when they made their last change, where they added the Windows button, which everyone knows of, on the left side of your keyboard on traditional layouts. But now they're adding... Say what?
I'm like, I like it. I'm looking at my keyboard right now, and a little Windows icon. So cute.
Yeah, I got my mechanical one. I just clickety-clack. I can't go back to a normal one. They're adding a CoPilot button, which looks like this is going to be replacing the menu button on the right side next to the right control. But this is going to be integrating with their AI tool in Windows 11 that's coming up. So basically, whether we like it or not, kicking or screaming, we're going to be moved into having this, I guess, integrated in some way into our stuff with keyboards and other stuff, because they're not the only company doing this. Apple had already started integrating some of their features with Siri and other stuff into their laptops and some of their keyboards that are coming out, and they're starting to push other stuff. So, but this is mostly drawn because Microsoft had made major purchases in regards to OpenAI a while back, so they're kind of tied in with it now. And I don't know how this is going to turn out. I can see good, I can see bad, but I guess whether we like it or not, we're being pulled into this.
I think at this point, for most things, I think we're ready.
I think we just need to get past that growing
pain
where people don't try
people
and use
will
it.
always abuse the new things. People will always abuse them. And those things will slowly get regulated. Those things will slowly get rules and regulations. But for the most part, just having these helpers now is just gonna, this is the first sign, like, it works enough for Microsoft to entrust it on their keyboard. Like, how much it would cost to remove that button then afterwards? So
let's see if we have to find out. Let's see if this becomes another Google app.
I think the most they would do is they would do a Windows update, and they'll be like, that's not a CoPilot button, that's a fancy Windows button.
Yeah, it's just going back to the menu button again.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just a specialty icon. Do you like the design?
Yeah. I guess I'll just have to get a new keycap and just swap mine out and figure out what I want to have there. Be like, this is AI. Just put like a little turd or something.
This is my thing, and probably the only thing I'll say about this in terms of AI and what Windows is doing. Because people in the beginning were giving ChatGPT and AI code, and it would help work out the code, I would love it if you would tell this CoPilot, so to speak, what's wrong and how can I get my computer to blah, blah, blah. And it will be like, you can do this. Do you want to follow these directions, or do you want me to do it for you?
See, that would be cool.
You're going to put all the grandchildren out of work.
I would.
That's the point.
Thankfully, yes. That'd be amazing that if my Dad was like, "Why is my font size so big?" I'll be like, "Press that CoPilot button and say, make
leave
my
me
font
alone.
size like it was before," and it'll be like 1 second, and it's back. I'm like, "Huh!" I will praise AI to the death.
Oh yeah,
if
no,
they can do that.
100%. If that's what we can use it for, oh my god.
That's
Like,
kind of the dream.
please make it that I can cut and paste a question, and it'll be like, "You want me to do that for you?" Yes. Can you update my drivers because I can't find where to get them or something like that?
That's always been kind of the dream for AI, not like where people use it to steal art and all, ideas and stuff, but like the idea of having an assistant you can talk to and have it do stuff. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Because
I don't know if it's going to go that way though.
the company I work for, IT, should be using all their time working and perfecting our proprietary tools, which I don't feel AI should touch, obviously.
Yeah.
But when it comes to everybody else saying, like, I can't get my mouse to click and such like that, that would take all that struggle off of the IT people, because AI can take care of these menial tasks that take so much of their time out to have them turn it off and on again. It's bad for IT when there's a 2 sitcoms made out of that stuff.
So wait, this is Microsoft doing it, right?
Yes.
So are we going to see a certain paperclip come back? Is
that
what the button's going to be?
Oh my god, it's Clippy Digivolved.
Oh, this is
Clippy
how we get to
3D.
Terminator, because Clippy's like, don't. Hi, you seem like you want. Hey, no, don't you dare touch that.
I don't want
Clippy's
Clippy.
mad.
I want Bonzi Buddy.
Clippy Digivolved. That had to be it.
Somebody needs to take that CoPilot key and encode it into a Bonzi Buddy instead.
CoPilot? Yeah, CoPilot might be
Bonzi Buddy.
Clippy. We'll see.
Bonzi Buddy is the most popular spyware back then, and I would want him to be a safe and helpful person that can speak.
You just like because you could make it sing curse words at you.
So
and it sounded like my Commodore 64s. You quiet.
I just had a random funny idea that just kind of combined with this. One of my coworkers this week, his kid was out of school, so he was hanging out with us at work because he didn't have anyone to watch him. So he was chilling out in the lab with me, and he was figuring out about Tamagotchis. I would love to get a little Tamagotchi of Clippy, just to have a little Clippy. So if I get mad at him, I just let him die.
Oh no!
It looks like you're trying to kill me. Is that right? It looks like you're writing a death note.
I would like food. Would you like me to show you where the button is? Oh, man. That's great. I love how this conversation went. All right, so let's move on to the big question for this week. So this one, Chris, I believe you were the one that came up with this one. Do you get more enjoyment playing games personally or watching playthroughs, and why? So I'm going to let you handle this one first. So go ahead, Chris.
All right. The reason I brought it up was because of Steve's Game of the Year earlier. He watched Maximilian play the Soulsborne Lies of P. Thing is, I stink at Soulsborne games. I am very much a Mega Man, Mario, Street Fighter, press X to make man go ouch kind of guy. So I can't play those games for crap. So the fact that you can go on YouTube, watch somebody else play it while you're drawing, while you're writing, or just doing something else, and experience a story you might never have known, I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would normally buy a game and play it. Unequivocally, I'll play lots of games. But there are some that I will admit I stink at. So watch somebody else that's good play them.
All right. That is actually a good point for a lot of that stuff. Steven, you want to go next?
Yeah, and kind of piggybacking off what he said, it depends on the genre. There's games where, like I just went over the 2 games I've been playing, I could never watch playthroughs because I would want to try so many things. I'd want to be like, he should have shot him. He had a perfect shot to hit him right in the nutsack, or he should have exploded that one part of the building. The whole thing would have fallen over. It would have been fantastic. And I'm probably sure if I was streaming, that chat would be insane or something like that. So those never a playthrough for me. but
Okay.
but like he said, there are games that are just out of my wheelhouse. That just lend themselves to watching playthroughs, and that's kind of the idea of these big popular summer games done quick or in 12 days, awesome games done quick.
Ooh.
Is you're watching your favorite games get beaten, and you can donate for charity as well. So win-win. But
Yep.
you're seeing these games that whether you had a game genie or not, you can finally see somebody destroy this game, and it's a delight to watch. And it's kind of what I'll be talking about in future episodes when it starts,
Mm-hmm.
because just watching people play through that, kind of gets me into this, where I'm just like, I'm gonna pick certain genres and I'm gonna watch those get played through immediately. But if it's something really good that I was like, I could never put in the 20 plus hours to beat it, maybe somebody has piecemealed it out that I can watch it, like Chris said, just paying my bills or working on something else or even reading. So
All right. Rachel, what about you?
So I'm very similar in that vein. If I'm like, there are games and genres that I will never play. Like, for example, most first-person shooters. Will never play them. No interest at all. But there are games that are first-person shooters that I am fascinated with the lore of. For example, all of the Fallout games. I think the lore and the world in the Fallout universe is very creative and very cool. I will not play those games. I just won't. I tried. Like, I tried with Fallout 3. It was all right. I tried New Vegas was the one that I like borrowed from a friend, and I got
Mhm.
probably farther than I did in Fallout 3. Um and it was just one of those things that I'm like, I'm just, it's not a type of game that I enjoy playing.
Right.
But the lore behind like DLC, interesting locations, all of that kind of stuff, I love watching those types of videos. For example, there's a YouTuber that just literally he made his like career on YouTube from Fallout lore videos, and their name is Oxhorn. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them.
I haven't, but I'll have to check them out.
So he's relatively well known for his streams that he does sometimes, where he has a drink and a cigar while he's streaming, which is kind of very interesting. But he's got just a very nice voice, a nice tone, and he's just a very authentic, very good storyteller. And I love watching his Fallout videos because he does a really good job. He goes into detail with all of the vaults and going through them and what each vault did and what their purpose was, because each one had a different experiment or a different purpose. And it's just really fascinating how he does it. Other games I won't play is like the Soulsborne stuff. Like if I'm gonna watch a playthrough, it's gonna generally be a game that I would never play, but I still want to experience the story. Like the BioShock games are another example. I did play a good bit of BioShock Infinite though, because I did like the way that game looked. But do I own the BioShock games? Yes, because I think I got them free on PlayStation Plus at one point.
I'm about to say, at this point, I don't think you can't not own one of them.
Yeah,
Like, it's just
like
like no.
everywhere.
Yeah,
but
here's your new system. Have a
exactly
game.
like Merry Christmas. Here's a BioShock game.
Take it,
But
BioShock.
I watched somebody play through all of those. There's so many. I could name dozens of titles that I've watched playthroughs of simply because I wanted to know the story, but I didn't necessarily want to play the game myself. Very seldom will I watch a playthrough of an RPG because I know I'm probably going to play the game myself anyway, because that's a genre I love to play. The only time that I watch a playthrough or a part of a playthrough for a genre that I know that I love, or a game that I know that I will buy, is because I'm not sure quite yet if I want to buy it, and I want to see some gameplay of it to make my final decision. And usually I'll watch like the first, let's say most average playthroughs, like the first episode is anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes. It just depends on the YouTuber or the streamer in question. And I'll watch a little bit of that just to get an idea of the graphics, the combat, the voice acting, and just how it runs. And then from there I can make an informed decision and purchase it. And it's also it's very useful with like older games that I might not have heard of, or I heard of but I wasn't sure about and I didn't buy them when they came out, like half a dozen reasons. So I think you can draw enjoyment from both, just depending on like the situation as to why you're watching those playthroughs. So
okay. So for me, I tend to prefer playing the games. I have a hard time watching people stream. I do on occasion, but it's under particular stuff. Like we've all talked about the fact I have trouble with RPGs. That's
yes.
well known with me.
Yes.
But our friends over at Super RPG Friends, I will sit there and watch some of their stuff and talk with them, and I have more of interaction. I've gone and watched some of the stuff you've played before because I'm sitting there talking to you, and that's more. I'm not so much there to watch the game as I am to talk to the particular people. It's more of a conversation with me with that part of it.
So you're more about the interaction.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's part of why, like, and part of my goal for this year, which I sent you guys some of the stuff showing what I was working on. I'm trying to stream more this year. That's why I'm building this whole new setup. I've already got the capture card moved over, the new computer, all that stuff. And I'm trying to get worked out with Steven for one big game coming up soon to be able to play, which is me finally playing Snatcher for the first time.
Ooh.
With him like the little devil on my shoulder telling me what to do or what not to do, or vice versa, to find. I like how you worded it, where you were going to just kind of subtly get me to the little secret thing so I can enjoy those little parts. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'll make sure you don't. You can play it your own way. But if you are stuck, or if I know something Easter eggy is there, I'll have you do it.
Well, I watch that. I would watch that probably.
I'd heckle it.
I'd heckle it.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it because this may also be a replacement for how we're recording the show now. How I'm setting some of this stuff up, which might be a different subscription other than Zencaster, where we'd be able to live stream the show while also recording it. So we might be able to get interactions and so forth. I've been trying to look at a few different things. And it might not be for all of them. But go ahead.
I was like, fans.
I do. I have some thoughts on that I will talk to you after we're not recording an episode.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to do all of them that way, but I figured it'd be fun to do for like extra quarters or something like that. I don't know. It's just me being off of my weird little thing.
Yeah,
but
I think extra quarters would be perfect because I know people are always biting at the heels, like they want to share their experience. So
yeah,
for sure.
I think also like it's an excuse for all of us to play Sea of Thieves together.
I've got it loaded up on this computer and on my Xbox, and like I want to play it with y'all.
Let's go. Let's play it.
I need to get that skull and bones out of my mouth. Just
Oh yeah, we need a palate cleanser. Listen, my schedule frees up quite a bit after the end of January when it comes to playing. This month is very booked weekend wise and most evening wise.
Nice.
Yeah, Chris already gave me a palate cleanser. It was called a purple yam. So
I don't. Okay, that's different.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
One of those candies that Jeremy gave us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I sent weird food to them. I'm in trouble.
Sent weird food to us, and then he's like, "Pick one," and I was like, "I guess I'll take a purple yam."
You didn't send me weird candy?
Got a lunchbox.
Okay.
It's a nice lunchbox.
It is a nice lunchbox.
I can see it right there in the corner.
Yes, you do.
I'm really glad you like that. I was worried she'd be like,
I do want to correct myself. The AGDQ is actually the 14th, so it's sooner than I thought. 14th to the 21st. So if you want to see Tunic beaten in 30 minutes, come see it.
Fun.
That should be interesting. But the other thing is, I also agree when you guys are talking about watching someone else's experience for some games, like seeing somebody else play a game like Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh my God.
Or you're talking about some of the Fallouts even. Like you can go off in such a different way that even if you sit there and watch somebody play it, you're seeing their experience. Yours will be nothing like it. And I love that stuff. I try not to watch that my first time, but I do like getting like clips and stuff from it to see. Steven, go ahead.
I just wanted to add, because much like even Chris was bringing up, watching Maximilian play through Lies of P, or even like I told him he could also watch afterwards, was he plays Bloodborne randomized.
Awesome. Oh God.
Oh, no
but
thanks.
If I played that, it would just be like, I'm not having fun. But since he is so deep into that game, that love the game, the understanding, the lore, the bosses, seeing his genuine reactions when something is just batshit insane makes it for me, because you could just play through somebody who just knows everything and doesn't react, but then you play with such a fan of the game, or you watch somebody who's such a fan of the game and they're just like, their jaws drop and you're like, this is amazing, because I would not have that experience because I'd be going into a game that I know nothing about.
Yeah,
and I love that.
I see people that like, oh man, this game is brutally difficult. Let's make it harder. And I'm like, I'm scared of you. Stop this.
Yeah, honestly.
Like I'm gladly watching people play Dark Souls with guitars, dance pads. I watched that one guy beat the first boss in Elden Ring with a Ring Fit, so I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I want to see those people go up in a battle against the Tetris kid. Like, that's a whole different level of what he's doing.
However, as awesome as that kid is, there's people at AGDQ that played Invisible Tetris. You have to remember where every piece you place, because you only see a quick reflection of the piece as it lands. So you have to remember where everything was if you want to make lines. And I was like, this is,
I guarantee,
pinnacle of Tetris.
That is the one lineup of human beings that is, you could be like, yeah, no, none of them have ADHD.
Those are the ones you send the Sentinels. Those are the ones you send the Sentinels after, because those are mutants. So.
Oh man.
Lord.
Like, you're meta-human.
Narc.
Yeah, you'd be the one who's like, hey, you're infringing on X-Men because you're a mutant. Hey, copyright guys.
I'm copyright strike man.
Rachel, we have art we need you to draw now.
He's copyright striker.
Oh God. Boy.
Make him look like a Striker from Mortal Kombat.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
No.
So yeah, I think that'll kind of finish up most of my stuff. So I do like watching people play on occasion. Mostly I prefer being the one to play because I think that keeps my interest better.
That's fine.
So 99% of the time, if I'm watching somebody, it's somebody I already know because that conversation's there. Be it Super RPG friends, be it Rachel, Caleb, stuff like that. So, all right. Well, we will go ahead and wrap up this show. And holy crap, guys, we managed to make it under an hour.
We
finally figured it out. Yeah, for now. Thank you. That's my own response being used against me. I deserve that. I caught you using it earlier. I was like, oh, nope, she already beat me to it. All right. Talking about your pre-orders.
Yes.
Well done. So we're also changing up something where we're not going to sit here and tell you where you can find us on the internet, because now you can look in the show notes if this is on YouTube, or you can look in the notes on the audio version, or you can go to zenspath.com and we have a contact us section where you can see the whole list of where to find us. So we don't have to list it out every single time. And that way you can just click on it and get right to us on the stuff that we want you to have on there. I will tell you, though, you can find and contact the show itself at Zenspath Podcast over on Twitter or X if you just want to be Steven about this. So I've been your host, Jeremy Powers. This has been episode 113, and we're out. Peace.
The show is not AI.
Bye.
Kill screen.